I'm going to make it so easy for anyone to be able to consume this information and be pretty much aware about what AI is doing, the opportunity, and what we need to pay attention to. I believe everyone can hear me right now. If you can hear me, kindly say something, because right now on my screen, I can't see no one.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can hear you. Very
Yeah,
loud and clear.
that's brilliant. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. So we need to discover how automation is reshaping products. I mean, when I mean products, I mean digital products, workflow, the way we do things. That's what workflow means, and the future of intelligence system. When we talk about intelligence system, I'm trying to break down all these words so that I think a layman can understand what I'm trying to say. So when we talk about workflow, I mean how things really, align, how things really, how system really works. I want to talk about intelligence system. Intelligence systems come from the era of, can we build something that can act like human? So how does human brain really works? Yeah, we think, and like we perceive, we think, and we try to use these two things to do one thing. Then that is what a lot of people are not paying attention to. So because if you want to build a system, of you're thinking about building a software in the future, you should, and that's going to be an AI integrated system. You should think about two things. The first thing is how human beings think. Basically, we are being wired in two ways. We think too much, and when we think, we try to gather information from our thoughts, and we use it to do one thing. And aside that thing, we're not doing anything as human. We make decisions. We predict to make decisions. So two things are involved: predict to make decisions. So whatever information that is your right now, whether you want to study AI, whether you want to start learning how to build website, whether you want to learn how to build web applications, whatever things you want to do right now, you are gathering pools of information right from the internet, from blog, YouTube, anything. You are gathering this information to predict, to decide. So information is being gathered to predict so that you can make decisions. Think about what you've been doing since you were born, right from this time. I think since you've matured and to know what you want to do, starting from the era of, I really want to go to university. You gather some information, then you think, oh, I really need to go to study pharmacy. I really need to go to study, probably, let me say, anything you want to study. You gather information from somewhere. Maybe it's what someone teach you, what someone said to you, or what you see on the internet, or what you read from the newspaper. Then back there, you gather all this information. Then you predict that this is what is going to work for you. Then that is what makes you to decide. So that is what human being. That is how we think, and this is how intelligence system works. Intelligence system is they are kind of system we build, like we make them gather pools of information so that they can predict, so that for human being to decide. Yeah. So now when we talk about automations, reshaping products is the software we're talking about. Workflow is how things really work. And intelligence system is trying to create a computer to mimic like human being. All right. So that is what it really means. So every era has a like, let me say, a defining technology. So before we start, like I said, before we start talking about let me say, before we start talking about what is going to happen in the future, we need to know what has happening, what has actually happened in the past. And that is why I love to tell you the genesis. Yeah, like today we are going on a journey from, let me say, where technology started to where AI is taking us, reshaping products, workflow, and intelligence system, which I've actually explained. So everything started from the era of, let me say, cave drawing. Imagine how writing really starts. I believe some people say starting really start. I mean, when we start writing, it starts from Egypt, where they write on walls. That's why this particular sketch, I don't know if you can see my screen, because I believe people can see my screen right now, like my slides, so that I will not feel like I'm talking to myself. Yeah. Can people see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it. Yes, we can see it.
That's brilliant. So yeah, like I said, it started from writing on the walls. Like what I mean by writing on the walls is that people believe if you want to put information on a place where people can easily remember and it's going to be forever there, that people can easily to make decisions, you put it on the wall. That's when we go to, where, I mean, Egypt. That's where writing started from. So from that era, it grew straight down to, we can say, I put something like stream engine here, where industrialization started to come into existence, where people believe in building something like, let me say, machines. Like that is where the era of creating, building cars and stuff like that, yeah, it came into existence. And after that, then we started thinking about computer system, and that's where we started thinking of building, something really big, like big computer system for us to start, coding or doing some stuff. But this is too big, and a lot of people are like, okay, if I want to have a computer, can I have it really at my own disposal, where wherever I go, I can take it along with me? So computers started reducing to an extent that you can, hold your phone and use it to do whatever things you want to do. You might have not been using your mobile phone to code right now, but your mobile phone is doing a lot of incredible stuff that you can never imagine. Okay, imagine ChatGPT. Imagine how you use it to quickly gather information, and you can use it to make decisions. Like I said, yeah. So look at that, and that is no more enough anymore. We are now in a era, and this is where we're going, where you need to have an AI as a brain, so things that predict, that decide for you. And this is where the real topic of the day comes in. Yeah. So if you're wondering why I'm saying this, I've been into this, like, this is my 10 years plus experience in tech. I've seen this movie before. I've emerged right from the era of .com. I've, where we normally use, I don't know, some people right here, where we use Windows 95 to do some couple of configurations, and then it was very stressful, where we are going to be holding cable together, plugging cables, and when cyber cafes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a very long time, and it's long enough to see technology come and go. Things changes from dial-up networks to cloud, from non-native things, apps, to intelligent system. So if I imagine, I created these slides. If you look at it from Windows 95, something like a server that's going to be somewhere where you have to go and put cables together, to .com, where you need to access your internet, to an era where you need to use your smartphone. I can remember when I got my first phone that can access the internet, and that is Sagem. I could know, I mean, from, I think, is it Sagem or Siemens or something? It's a particular phone that can access internet. Well, normally the era of opera. I mean, I think Mr. Temitope will understand what I'm trying to say right now, because it's the old G. Yeah, where we have to, use our Opera Mini to put some kind of IP address there now for us to be able to access the internet. Before that phase gone, and right now we're in the era of smartphone. And smart mode phone is not even enough right now. We're now migrating to cloud. If you, I don't know, some people are, if you're not tech savvy people, from the era, we started from the era of Dropbox, where you have to put all your information on a space because your hard drive is filled up, so that you'll be able to have access to it. And from that, we started growing to an era of AWS, where you have to put things online. I can remember the first website I launched it was a lot of struggle. We have to put a lot of things on cloud. And right now we now have AWS, we have Azure, we have Google, we have Google Cloud. We have a whole lot of them that can work more on AI stuff. If I could remember the last time I used Amazon Bedrock, to do some kind of stuff, that's the era of using cloud to even do something like artificial intelligence. So now that you understand that this era is moving, and we are now in the era of intelligent systems. So anytime you heard about artificial intelligence, it's more of creating a system that can do lots of stuff. But all this stuff is what we want to break down. Yeah, I'm going to put you in suspense so that you will understand what we are saying, because I realize that if you put people in suspense, they want to know more. They'll be like anticipating to know what exactly this guy really want to say. So artificial intelligence is not just a gimmick. It's not something that you don't understand. It's something that we're about to demystify right now, break it down into crystals, so that you'll be able to merge it together back on your own, and imagine what exactly this thing is doing right now and what it's going to be doing in the future. Right now that we understand what the era, the evolution of what has been happening before, and right now where we are right now. Now we need to discover how AI automation is reshaping all these products, like, and workflow, and the future of intelligence system. Yeah, the first stage, like I said, is human powered system. Now I've tried to give you something like a sketch, but let's try to go along and let's look at this guy that is thinking of how to get things done. When we started building software in the past, and what we normally do is that we just build software, then, and after we build software, we instruct software to do some certain things. So software did exactly what we told it. Software cannot think, it only obey. I remember my first social media website that I logged in, that was To Go. I don't know if you understand what To Go really means. The people that are that have been existing from the era of 90s to the millennium age will understand what to go really means, where we have to, log in and start, anytime I heard that beep, to do, yeah, that to do means someone has sent you a message. And that was when you quickly rush it to your to go in order for you to stay on top of that particular platform, even before the era of Facebook. And to go was being built around Africa. I think it was South Africa, or tech company that built to go. We never know why it wasn't existing before, and it has a reason, which we are going to look into as we move on. Before we even start talking about Facebook, I love to go then because I really want to become the ultimate member, because there are some stages you have to get to for you to become an ultimate member then. So you have to go deep and go into the room and look at people that are already chatting with you. And imagine the era of also Facebook. These are softwares. All these softwares that they built it to do what you want it to do. If you want to send information to people, you send information, you tell it, okay, post this thing, it's going to post. Whatever softwares you can think of. I'm talking about social media platform right now that you can use. Is more or less like softwares. So we have different kind of softwares, which I don't want to go into. We have SaaS, we have PaaS, we have AIES, industrial. I mean, all these things, I don't want to go deep into it. But I would just want to give you something that you can easily relate to. Now look at all these things. Success isn't about predicting the future perfectly. It's about same pattern. So we need to understand how things are being done for us to be able to know what we're supposed to do. Yeah. So look at it. We instruct software to do that. Software cannot think. It's just going to be there static until you do ask the software to do something. So, and this has been what we normally live with, and we're cool with that. But as information started growing and a lot of things started happening, data, we can't undo data anymore. Data, there's an era where we call information is being too much, that it's getting overloaded, that people cannot really make use of this information, because we have information everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, social media space, a whole lot of things are there. Google. Information is getting too much, that is getting out of hand. So we need something that can siphon this information now for us to be able to act like human, then decide, predict to what, decide. So imagine this pool of information is going to get someone, it can run you mad, because too much of information without, with this small heads to make decision out of it is going to be really, really crazy. So that's why, look at it. So then the era of automation has started coming in. Yeah, the age of just software, the age of too much of information that we can't even undo. So we need to see how this information can be automated. Automation is getting something done quickly. Without you being there. So like I said, automation arrives. It's just like more of like you just say, okay, do things and do it autonomously. Yeah. So that's it. So what I want you to understand here is that automation, when we taught machine to repeat things, because there are some repetitive tasks that you don't want to be doing again, because you have a whole lot of things to do as well. So ages of software, boom, yeah. I can't be doing something that I've been doing before, because I have some other things to attend to. Then automation comes into existence. So automation is just like repetitive tasks. I'm not doing you again. I will share something that's going to be getting you done, where I pay attention to some other things. So that is the era of automation. It comes into existence. So we taught machines to repeat. Automation then removed effort, not thinking. Now, this reduced the rate at which you do things, but the thing is that another thing is not added, then is not thinking for us. There's one thing, I'll pause here and I'll tell you something. For every evolution of tech, everything that happened, there is a problem that we're trying to solve. Yeah, like I said, look at the era of mainframe. I believe everybody do when we're doing our undergraduate, or maybe when we were in school, I don't know, secondary school, then they will tell you there are different kind of computer system where they will talk about, mainframe, mini computer, all those things. They are trying to solve a problem. So, and that is what I want you to see from what I'm saying. They are trying to solve a problem of too much of information, repetitive tasks. That is when automation came into existence. They are trying to solve a problem of big computer. That is when smartphone came into existence. So whatever things that you see that is evolving in technology, there is a problem that we are trying to solve. And that is why everyone right there that is attending this webinar should look at them as someone that's going to be a problem solver in the future, or talk about something that's going to provide solution to probably existing problem. And that's what makes you a better developer. That's what makes you a better intelligent system expert. You have to think about a problem to solve, something that has been pressing that we need to take a look at. Yeah. So now, like I said, the era of software is done. Then repetitive tasks need to be undone. That is what when automation, came into existence. Like I said, we are not going to be repeating things again and again. Too much of information is here that we need to work on. And therefore, we need to create something that will help us to be doing all those things while we are sleeping. Yeah, as if this is not enough, automation started cracking again. I know what you want to ask me right now. You want to ask me a question of, but something is repeating now, and it should be easy now, but this thing cannot think. So there's going to be a lot of error. So if you ask something to be repeating, repeating itself, doing itself, going this and that, the question is, what if that thing gets to do something wrong and that thing keep repeating itself because it can't think? Now that is when thinking now came into existence. Rule, like I said, because what you did that makes it to automate, that makes it to be doing something by itself, is you set a rule for it to be acting by itself. But rules don't scale in chaotic world. Life becomes so chaotic right now because information is getting overloaded. People can't even think. We think that we are thinking, but we are not thinking. It is the computer that is thinking for us. Yeah, that is the chaos. It's a chaotic world. Then we need to figure out how to create a new rule that is going to help us to think. Yeah, that is exactly when automation starts getting to something that is not more enough for us anymore, but we need to do something else because things is getting out of hand. That is the era of artificial intelligence. So when software started to learn, yeah. So now, if you want to become a product designer in the future, or you want to become maybe artificial intelligence expert, you want to become a product developer in the future, you need to look at how you can integrate thinking into your software. Yeah, you can't just build a software like that and say you're upgrading it all and all. And no, no, no. There should be something that is thinking, that is telling you what you need to do without you thinking of what you need to do. Yeah, that is when artificial intelligence came into existence, into being right now. So we stop telling machines how to start, showing them. We start making it to think like, okay, start showing me example what I need to do. Now think for me. Yeah, this is very, very crucial because a lot of people, I remember I went to a conference like maybe two months ago in London, and we're like having this conversation of, is AI replacing you? Okay, how can you, make yourself so, equipped that you cannot be replaced by AI? We're having this conversation, and this is the bone of contention. That now, if something is thinking for you, how can you still relevant? We're still going to get to that, but just understand the fact that artificial intelligence is here to think for us, not just automations, not just software. Now you can see the ages, like the ages of mainframe, the ages of smartphone, the ages of software, the ages of automations, the ages of what? AI. So because a lot of people normally mix things together, automation is AI. No, automation is more than AI. Automation has been in existence before artificial intelligence. Yeah, I'm telling you this today for you to know that it's quite two different things. Yeah. Yeah. So now from AI to AI automation. Now that you know that AI is here to think, but if it's thinking, what if it's not automating? Yeah. So if you are now talking about AI that is automating, that means you are talking about agents, which we are still going to get to. But right now, I still want to, demystify this and break it down into quiet styles so that you can understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I'm talking to myself. If I'm not talking to myself, I want someone to tell me that I can hear you loud and clear before I post.
I can hear you.
All right, that's brilliant. So now, yeah, the real revolution isn't AI. That's what people don't understand. It's AI plus action. Like AI is just thinking, but what if something is not happening? Then you're just thinking, you're thinking, and nothing is not happening. And that is the era of, yeah. Then there should be action. That is AI plus automation. So intelligence without action is just, to me, an insight. So what I mean by that is you're just observing, nothing is happening. Yeah, so like I said, if you want to do something like you want to do, you want to think in terms of AI, you should know that, okay, I just want to sketch something. I just don't want to think alone. Just want to see if this thing can. I don't want to think. I don't want to create a system that can think alone, but I want to create a system that can think and perform action. That's it. Hold on. Plus action. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. So if you have something that can think and act, that means you're on point. So now let's go back. So now, what are intelligence applications? Because I believe this is what I'm supposed to talk about, but I need to take you back to the past, like I said, so that you understand what intelligence applications really means. So now, if you're building, you're thinking about building a product, coming up with a very incredible product, like you should think beyond AI, because AI is just thinking, it's not acting. So now, what makes an app to be intelligent is not just an app, because if you have a traditional app, it's just like a tool, just like your camera on your phone, you just use it to take a picture. It's doing something, but it's not really an intelligent app. But intelligent app is more of a tool, but teammate. Why? Because it helps you to think, while it also shows you what you need to do. So that's why the combination of automation and AI makes it an intelligent system. Artificial intelligence is just there for you to be able to reason, feel, act, so that it's going to tell you what you need to do. But it's not enough. It's not enough. So now you need to think about how this thing can do what? Can become, that can come together. Combination of automations and what? Artificial intelligence. So that makes it a teammate. While something is thinking, another thing, the other way is acting. Yeah. So that's what it means. So now products that adapt instead of upgrade. Now you notice that there are some things that's going to be happening. You have to think about how to create a system that can leverage, that can tell you what you need to do without you thinking of how you need to upgrade. I can remember in the past where I could remember the first app I built, that was an education app, like it's a standalone app. We need to start gathering information and see what people are telling us, like a survey, before we know what we need to do. Now the era is gone. Like what Landcast is doing right now is an AI integrated applications where you just have to start using the app, but automatically they will need to they have to tell you what they don't. The developer is not doesn't have to sit down and start waiting for you guys to give. I mean, the developer is not supposed to sit down and waiting for you guys to give them a review. That intelligence app is already gathering information based on your response, based on the way you're acting, and all this information is what developer will act on and do some things. And right now, I can't lie. We even have cloud code and some other applications that you can use to even build your own app for you in just in a jiffy. So what I'm saying is that you have to think beyond building a software. You have to think more of, now I want this software to predict for me how my user is reacting, what I need to do. Then I also have another arm where this thing needs to be done without me struggling like we always do in the past. Yeah, so the best product manager in the future will be AI system, to be honest, because what I just said right now is more of what the product manager needs to do is what the AI is doing for you. The AI is helping you to gather information about how user is leveraging on your application, and also telling you what you need to do. So all you need to do as a developer is just to get it done. It's not replacing you, but just telling you what you need to do, and you need to act fast. Yeah. So now the workflow reinvention. Workflow follow the same pattern, step by step, human process, give voice to decision, like driving automation, but AI makes repetitive, data-driven decision, while human focus on judgment. Now, how can we now come in as human being? AI cannot judge. AI will just tell you what you need to do. Like, okay, do this, do that. This is what I observe. Human intervention is still very more important. So if this thing can think, let me just break it down for you. If this thing can think and act, now there's still going to be an entity that is missing, and that entity is, you know what? I need a judgment. Now, this is when human being now comes to existence. Judgment. This is where human being now comes to existence. You need to be able to judge. Okay, based on what you see, this is what you think it will happen. This is what you need to do. This is where AI is not going to replace developers. AI is just going to make your work to be very fast. You have to get things done quickly, because most of the headache that we developer normally have in the future is no more there anymore. AI is thinking for you. AI is writing your code for you. AI is helping you to make decisions, but you need to judge. Oh, this thing I don't like it. Can you do this for me? Okay, this I don't like it. Can you make this thing work? Yeah. So that's it. So now, we already know the evolutions. We already know what AI is doing. We already know how to combine AI with automations. We already know all of these things. Then how can you create a scalable intelligence application? So yeah, this is very important. Yeah, when we talk about this, decision making skill without multiplying human. Now, enterprise can really undo more complexity, now more interactions and more changes without or more what itself. So work move faster. Yeah, this is what is going to happen in the future. Work will move very, very faster. Decision are smarter now because all of the informations that we're talking about, because don't forget that the reason why all of this thing is emerging is because we have lots of information that we need to use to make decisions, because you can't make any decision in your life without any information, without any data. They are too much. But now decisions can be made very, very quickly and in a very smart way. And humans do what humans do best, and that is judgment. Now, things will happen right now. A lot of people go on Facebook and start judging. No, this is what is happening. I can remember, I don't know whether all the people that are on this space are from Nigeria. Something is happening on this space right now about Femi Adebayo and the other guy. People judge. Yeah. Now, what you know how to do best is judge. So now, I just want you to understand this now. Tailor this thing into what building system. Now, you need to do what you need to learn how to judge very quickly, because all of the things that will get you confused are already been done. Like AI has already helped you to do all of those things. Now, judgment is what you need to do. So that is why I will always be an advocate of AI is not replacing us. You just need to learn how to leverage on all this platform, and you have to be a very good judge now for you to know what you need to do. Because whatever things AI is telling you, you are trying to solve a problem, and you are the judge that is solving that problem. AI is just telling you what you need to do. It's not 100% solving the problem for you. So you need to go into it and look at it. Okay, what do I need to do this? What do I need to do to make this work? What that is what human being is there to do in terms of what leveraging on artificial intelligence and building scalable what applications. Yeah, so now a lot of people say, now how can I dive into AI? What do I need to know? Because this is getting overwhelming and things like that. And like, no, now there are ways you need to, think about how what we call architecture stack. Architecture stack, they're just like layers, things that makes up how to build an intelligent system. So it has to do with data. That's why you see a lot of profession right now where we have people that, I really want to go into data analysis, I really want to go into data engineering, I really want to go into data science. Everything starts with data. So everything raw, messy, chaotic, but full of pattern waiting to be discovered. So then, if you want to dive into AI, yeah, because I believe Landcast is more of what a education tech platform. A lot of people that joins might be thinking, oh, what do I need to do? Down the AI is booming right now. Well, you need to look at it. Do I want to go into the data aspect, because we're talking about the architecture stack right now? Then you can go for this. So what do I mean by model? So AI learns. So some people might say, oh, then this is where machine learning engineer comes into play. Now you learn how to build models that can help to predict, that can help you discover patterns. Yeah, learning patterns from all this so that the decisions can be very easy. So what are agents? Now, people that are building no code or low code automations right now can also dive into something like this automation actions. They take insights from models and actually do things in the system. So there are so many tools that you can use to do or to work more on automations. We have make.com, we have Zapier, we have anything. We have stuff like, we have lots of them. And if you want to build your own intelligence system, you can go deep down into maybe learning a lang chain, lang graph, and some other things like that. I don't want to be too techy. I just want to make it so easy for everybody to understand what we need to understand today in a very short time. Yeah, because I believe I have short time to deliver all this this lecture. So what automation? So, automation is more of, like we said, repetitive tasks. Agents connect together to workflow to operate. So what are agents? Yeah, this class is not for us to dive into technical aspects too much, but just understand that agents connect to repetitive tasks. So they turn decision into actions that scales without waiting for human to push the button. So what do I mean by a woman pushing the button? Just like you doing it all and all and all over again. So that is automations. So interface, now that is when people that want to build some kind of cool interface for us to be able to work on our app, so that we don't have to struggle to understand what is happening behind the scene, how it comes into existence as well. So look at it. Data, maybe I've already tried to explain what you need to learn if you want to become a data analyst or data engineering, data scientist or whatever. Just know that everything starts with data. If you want to deal with this data that AI will use to make decisions, to predict, then you dive into it. The modeling aspect is if you want to probably learn how to create something that will help to discover patterns so that I'll be able to predict. Yeah. An agent is when it's an autonomous actor. An automation is when you want to work on building something that will help you with a repetitive tasks. And the interface finally is when human layer, like interface don't just show dashboard. Then when the client, people will see and start using that thing, because everything that happened behind the scene, like let me take for instance, if you're using Learncast right now, a lot of things is happening behind the scene that you don't understand. That is work of data engineer, that is work of machine learning expert, that is work of AI, agentic AI engineer, and that is work of automation expert. That is work of front-end developer, because we can't see scrap out front-end developer, despite the fact that we have cloud, we have cloud code, we have a whole lot of them, Gravity, and so many of them that are doing something right now. People are still using it. So we can call those people front-end developer that are leveraging on artificial intelligence tools. Okay. So that is it. So yeah, so this is a stack. So you can pick one. If you want to become a full stack, understanding how to use all of those, well, it's left for you. I believe we can all do that. Now, the thing is, AI agents are the new apps. So if you're building anything that is not autonomous, it is not helping you to work on repetitive tasks. It is not helping you to think. And brothers and sisters, your app will really, really suck. So whatever things we want to work on right now, it should be an AI agent app, because that is the future. Yeah. So my final message. Yeah, I believe this thing is normal. Everybody already understands, but I'm still going to say it, that the future won't be built by the biggest company, and we need to leverage on this. I'm very proud with what I'm saying from my friend, my brother, and what I'm seeing right now. I'm really impressed. He's a founder. Has been into tech space for a very long time. I so much appreciate what he's doing. I really look up to him. I want him to create more. And right now, I must commend him that he's doing very incredibly well. I mean, Mr. Timitokbe, like, this is what I'm saying. Big things are not going to be big built with big companies anymore. They built whatever. What they are working on is they are looking at people that will build stuff they will buy. This is the secret. So, but the one will learn fast now very quickly, and they are going to be the one that make more sense. So intelligence plus automation isn't just tools, like it's a new way to work, build, and probably live. And it's happening right now. Here we are. So we have to leverage on it. Big things are not going to be built by big companies anymore. So this is my message for everyone. If you're thinking about building something incredible right now, start thinking of it, put it down, look at how to collaborate, because this is one of the things that we don't do. I have my own tech company right in the UK, and it's a multinational company. It still says the same thing that Mr. Timitoko is doing. And despite that fact, I still jump on. This is what we call collaborations. So you need to start thinking of not to, I want to do everything alone. You have to think about to collaborate, because big things are not going to be building by big companies anymore. They build whatever they want to be building. They are just leveraging. It's left to us to think very smart and very, very quickly. So this is where I'm actually going to drop today's lecture. And I'm so glad that I'm here. So thank you so much, guys. So let's build the intelligent future together. Building an intelligent future is not necessary that you have to be a software developer. You can become be a thinking tank of the show. You can become someone that probably speak the gospel. So it's all about working together and make the world a better place. Thank you very much, Mr. Timitoko, for giving me this opportunity to showcase what people need to know. Because I do attend so many webinars, and I'm thinking of how can we tell our people this, like a lot of things happening that they are here to know. And if Africa can jump on this, and this is going to be like a level for us, and the sky is not going to be what do you call it? Our limits for our stepping stone. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. I know the time was very short when I told you. I think it was like more like a week or so. But I really want to thank you for out of your busy schedule coming to deliver this awesome webinar. So thank you very
Yeah.
much. Yeah, for the love. So I don't know if people have one or two questions. Maybe we'll take some Q&A and before we wrap it up. I think someone was raising up a hand the other time.
Okay. Yeah, we are here.
Does anyone have any question?
Oops.
Does anyone have any question? You can unmute yourself or you drop it in the message chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Adewale, do you have any question? Let's ask questions and so that we can be able to gain insight into the presentation and some other things that have to do with AI and automations. So it doesn't actually mean that you must be a developer. So even though if you are a businessman, you are a student, there are a lot of ways you can also build intelligent system as well. So yeah, so you can be like a trader or whatever. So AI works across almost all disciplines.
Yeah. We're here to answer questions before the 1 hour elapses to see how down.
Please unmute yourself and ask question, please. I think we are about 15 on this call.
Yeah.
Stephanie, Zainab, Benga, Ayuba, Mohammed, unmute yourself and ask questions. Let's make the few minutes remaining to be very educative.
Yeah.
So this one goes beyond, it goes beyond using ChatGPT, it goes beyond using cloud code or GLM or whatever. So it's about how you can combine this system together to build something intelligent, right? So I think for example, we have so I think if schools are leveraging all these things, we can know if a student has improved in their academics, right? So by trying to go through the pattern of what they were doing, maybe they have improved in mathematics or so all those data are kind of there, right? So a lot of things that we
Yeah.
can do. So at least we can suggest to the parent that okay, this child is picking up in mathematics, then what part of the mathematics are they getting well? Is it geometry or whatever? So all those things are kind of the things that intelligence system can do and to help school. So also in your day-to-day activities too. So even in your expenses, you can integrate intelligence to it to know okay, what's even taking all your money or something. So do you repeatedly gamble or something like that? Does gamble take a whole chunk of your money or something like that? So it just kind of cut across everyday thing. But maybe for example, maybe like you integrate into your screen time. Do you spend too much time on WhatsApp or do you spend too much time on social media more than actual work? And how can you cut down on all those ones? So please let's ask questions and let's see how we can go gain insight into all these things. Let's just keep quiet. I believe we have questions.
Hello,
Um
can you hear
oh,
me?
okay, that's good. Yeah, I
Yes,
can
I
hear
can you hear
you.
me? All right, thank
Yes,
you. So,
yeah, yes.
the speaker, I want to thank him for the knowledge he has impacted on us. I've actually picked up some things I didn't know about AI automation before. What I wanted to ask is that you mentioned make, you mentioned Zapier, you mentioned anything. So I wanted to ask: is there the usage of those apps for the automation for automation. So what I wanted to ask is, are there preferences in all these tools to particular tasks? It's like, is this one better for so thing? Is this one better for so thing? That's just what I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very brilliant question. So, when we come to tools, yeah, I think we need to understand this. Like I always tell people, like, we always have tools that are very, very peculiar to what it can do best. But what I would just say is that, architecture is the most important thing. You're like, you need to understand the architecture behind every single tool you want to use. So all of these tools are just automation or automate tools that we use in the automations. You can literally use it to do virtually anything. But if you want to pick something very easy that is not really going to stress you out, because we have what we call no code and low code tools, automation tools. No code tools and low code automation tools. If you want to start doing things without even writing a code at all, you can try to make use of Zapier. If you want to upgrade, then you can probably do something a little bit more technical. You can make use of Make. And if you like, okay, I want to do something like, but yeah, I want to be integrating at, API and try to be creating my own JSON file on my own, then you can use anything. All of this, we have a whole lot of them. But if you're looking at starting something very easy without stress, you can start with Zapier. All of this really makes sense. Yeah, but one thing is that architecture is the most important thing. Like I said, automation, what does that, what does it do? Repeating tasks, and okay, that's it. That is, if you have that idea of okay, what I really want to do, then you will know what tools you will pick to do all those things. Don't just jump on tools. Know what you want to do in your mind, then the reason why you want to do it, then you will be able to pick a tool that is going to be suitable for all the stuff. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Someone is asking a question in the he said, what is the simplest AI automation someone with no tech background can start with?
Yeah, like I think that's the same question. And that's the same question. This you can start with Make, you can start with Zapier, but you can start with anything as well. But those are my own preference. I use them a lot, but there's a lot of them on the internet. But if you are thinking of starting with something, but I would advise you to start with something that when you pick, you can easily use it for so many other things. Like picking anything is my own preference. But the reason is that you'll be able to integrate or work with developers, and it's not as me. I believe nothing is easy and nothing is hard. It depends on your mindset. But just pick something that will make you to be able to work alongside together with anyone. So that's why I choose anything. But if you like, okay, you want to do something incredible or build something with developers, yeah, you can put anything or Make or Make.com. Yeah, those are my two preferences. Yeah, I've used Zapier in the past, but it's a little bit crappy. That's why I choose those two things.
All right, thank you very much for that, Fatai. So do we have other people having questions?
And what I found out is that a lot of people right now back home are not jumping on one thing. Here in the diaspora, something is happening, and that thing is the ability for people to use their time. There's a way the system is, consuming our time so well that if you're not really careful and if you're not so strong, you might not be able to do what you love to do. And one thing is that just imagine, tap into how you can make money, foreign currency, while you are still in what? While you are still in Nigeria. And a lot of people are not seeing it. Let's say, for instance, we create line cards now. Creating line cards can say, okay, fine. If you know how to do math, English, physics, chemistry, biology, do you know how many people that are right here in the UK that need their kids to even study mathematics? Let me be honest with you. We have a lot of people right here in the UK now, even if their schools are not teaching them anything. So they have to hire people right now back home again to do all those things. Now imagine they ask you, we're going to pay you in pound, we're going to pay you in dollar. Okay, Lancaster has opened this platform for you to do a lot of stuff. What are you doing? So it's an opportunity for us to, jump on creating content that is going to be usable in education, that's going to make you to be stable. Now, I'm not talking about that. You can think about so many other things. Yeah, that can help you to tap that money from the diaspora. Because I can remember one of the things I was reading, I think was in December, one a friend shared with me, the majority of when you talk about the money that is entering into Africa, Nigeria, a lot of money enters through December and January, and it is from the foreign currency. Now look at it now. If that is happening, just imagine what can you do that can helps you to make that money where you still have freedom over time. And this is when we have to wake up, upskill yourself, work so hard to learn something incredible so that you'll be able to stand out. Government is not doing anything in the UK. They only provide light, internet, and let me say light internet. Why? But we have to pay a lot for it, even double. Yeah, if that is it. Now, if you are in our country, if someone is complaining about power, then struggle, work so hard to get solar system. If someone is complaining about light, try work on something that's not make you, that's going to keep you complaining, and leverage on that, because you have power over your time. Use it to do something better for yourself. And this is what I always tell people. That's why I will give you that kudos for creating this amazing platform for people to leverage on, because it's just more or less like come and win. Now, if people are there and I don't win it, well, what is the point?
Thank you very much, Mr. Fatah. I think that's a very a wonderful experience, because when I look at the social media system, I see a lot of people like creating content, like all this uneducative stuff, right? So people have preference, right? So, but I just believe that people are kind of doing a lot of things for, let's say, Max Zuckerberg money. So people are doing a lot of content that we even make next generation to have low IQ, because there's nothing interesting in all those kind of things, right? So, but being able to accept and adopt AI, I believe we go a very long way to help us. I'm using it in my day-to-day activities, using it to code, using it to even plan, and I think I want talk about this thing. I think I call it skills. I think they are all the skills. I couldn't believe how we move from open source to skills, because what skills can I even do? Sometimes I'm just kind of very marvelous
Yeah.
at who created who come here. Like the skill stuff is just kind of crazy. Like the way you can use it for marketing copies, using it for even there's one I'm trying to do myself later. That's I call it like there's this one they call playwright. It's for end-to-end testing. So I really wish to kind of maybe my next stuff I kind of teach people how to, even though AI is developing the app, how can you make AI to act like a user agent, and you sit open the browser, type in stuff, look at all this ones. So if there's a bug, immediately you find it. So you don't even need to set up any, but you see the playwright acting as your MCP, working and everything like that. So it's the kind of things that makes me create learncast, right? So people should kind of have avenue to learn new things from experts. So not just like social media is taking over everywhere, everybody is scrolling every day, but a time is coming where people will need real knowledge. Companies will need real people to do real things for them, and people that are dancing and doing those might not be able to fit in, because we don't know. So Kabal can decide to say we are blocking Nigeria out of the whole Facebook stuff. Then what is next? Or TikTok said we don't want to work with Nigerians anymore, and maybe they are policing our. So what's going to happen?
And exactly that pollution is what I would want to talk about. Yeah, there's one thing that people don't understand right now. We're going to call it a day, because I'm really, really happy that you come up with this. And that thing is, they are distracting you from what they know that is going to become more powerful in the future that will not be able to have control over. So, and that is your skill. So imagine if we have 90% of Nigerians that they don't know anything right now. They don't even know how to build software. They don't even know how to use automations. They don't even know how to write codes. They don't even know how to. They just want to make money. Now it's going to get to a time where the rate at which we are productive and we build incredibly stuff that's going to be competing with them like the way China is doing. Africa might not be able to do it. And that is why I'm not saying, well, people that are doing it to make money, but it's going to be a short time. What if they block you? Even if the Zuckerberg is not blocking the whole Nigeria, what if they block you? Are you going to start all over again and start? So you understand? So this is very, very important. And when I see people, thinking in this direction, I'm always very happy that we're enlightening people. And to be honest, I feel very bad when I go to conferences and events in the UK. I'm the only black. I feel like, where are others? Like, what is happening? I believe one day I'll still go back to my country. That's why I'm building a lot of things back home that people should tap into. That all of these things it's going to get to a level where if we're not careful, we will not be able to do anything. Now they say we cannot produce what is it called? That what they normally
That's
use to
toothpick. That's toothpick.
It's going to get to a time where maybe we'll not be able to write our full name. To be honest, that's how I feel. Like it's going to get to that time where to write your full name is going to be hard. To write people, it might be funny, but to write your full name is going to be hard, because for you to move from the era of building pyramid in Egypt to not be able to produce toothpick, and that's Africa. Now tell me, it's going to get to a time where you'll not be able to write full sentence. You'll not be able to speak good English. You'll not be able to think like. And this is where it comes into play. We're still going to talk about Landcast very, very. I'm going to see what I can do to push your product and how we can make it very more better. So we're going to talk about it outside the meeting, but I have to go right now. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for this opportunity to, make me pour out my mind, because I've always been looking for opportunity to pour out my mind, because I'm really angry right now about how we're doing things back home. Yeah, it's not like I'm happy that. Thank you so much, and this is very amazing.
Hello,
Thank you
sorry.
very much. I really,
I
yeah,
don't know if
okay.
you hear me.
All
Hello,
right.
sorry, sir. Sorry for acting late. My network was fluctuating. Can you hear me, sir?
All right. I can hear you loud and clear,
Yes.
Mr.
Okay.
Aaron.
So I'm doing a lot of AI advocacy over here. So I stay in Abuja. So one of the major thing I noticed, one of my major fear is the jobs in the future, because already in Nigeria we complain a lot about unemployment and unproductivities among the young people, and we can imagine. I don't know. I just want to get your view, and you can imagine how it's going to become with automation in such a way that some of the jobs that already are available, there's someone already writing codes to take the jobs. I don't know if you understand me, sir. Because
Yeah, I'm
even
getting you.
because even the people over there, or even with the overseas, they also have this fear. So how much we over here, where the unemployment is very, very high. So yes, sir. Yes. So I don't know what's your thoughts towards this line.
Okay, Aaron, that's brilliant. Now, there's one thing we need to. I think I like this question. If I can get you right, automation is taking jobs. How can we make ourselves relevant so that we're in Africa, that we don't even have access to a lot of tools and things that will make us to stay on top of our game? How can we survive? Is that what you're trying to ask?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's why I want people to talk. Now, one thing I want you to understand is that there's one thing we cannot change, and that's evolution. You can't change evolutions. There's nothing you can do about it. Evolutions, create chaos, and at the same time, it creates opportunity. Think about the era of COVID-19. Boom, no job. Now we survive. So now, what I would just advise us to do, instead of us to panic, let's jump on the train. Now, imagine you learn automations and you tell the next person beside you automation. You take the next person beside you how to even do math with automation. You take the next person beside how to even do English with automation. You tell the next person. Now, we are growing. Look at the way Indians people are doing. When you talk about in tech now, you say, Indian people, they do tech and they charge cheaply. Why? Because all of them, majority of all of them are doing tech. So now I think we should start panicking. We should stop panicking and start thinking of adopting this thing. The earlier we adopt it, the better we save our job, the better we save our people. The world is too big that if you can adopt it right now, you will still be what? You will still, like, let me say, you will still make sense out of it. Like you will not be left out. But imagine the era of when people are saying, okay, even before this era of automation, making money, when people are like, okay, let's jump on TikTok, let's jump on this. I'm talking about people that are even making money without skills. But I don't need that thing. Now, when people start making money, some people are like, they want to jump on it right now. So the earlier, the better. We are preaching this gospel right now. So people should jump on it before it is too late. Now, let me tell you one thing, and this is very, very, very important. West will never want you to grow. So they always want to create panics. They always want to create something that will make you feel like you are irrelevant. But what they are using, why can't you use it against them? If you're not using it against them, why can't you use it to better your own life? Now it's going to get to a time where all of them will be using automation, and Africa will be looking. So now imagine if you learn how to do all those things right now. Don't be afraid of what is going to happen to people. Use it for yourself and make your own life better, and tell the people that, what, I use it and my life is very okay right now. Like what Mr. Demedope said, he's using it right now. That's why he has been a software engineer for a very long time, and he's even a mentor like myself. Yeah, and he's still using it. So we have been into this evolution space, how things are actually changing for a very long time. Now we are still here, we are still adopting it. Now, and I believe it's high time for everybody to be adopting all of these things. Yeah, try to adopt it as early as possible so that you're going to stay on top of a game. It's not replacing human. It's just making more opportunities. And This is what I want you to have at the back of your mind. Is make things that normal people cannot do before. People are doing it right now. People are doing it right now. You just have to tap into it and start using it and start preaching the gospel. And that is my take.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Fatai. I think so the message is very clear. So instead of creating panics, start seeing ways you can make opportunities out of it. So, all right, do we have one more question before we end the webinar? So I also believe that Mr. Fatai also talked about the issue of electricity the other time. So if you are going to work for global companies, I think one of the things you have to solve is electricity issues and solve internet issues. So if you're able to solve those two things, I think it will be very easy. So there's still a lot of companies that still need a lot of things to be automated. A lot of legacy codes that still need to be written. Some of them that still need to be automated. So I believe that by the time we leverage this opportunity and put ourselves out there, the opportunity will come. So I don't see myself as being replaced. I see myself as getting more job done within the space of the future.
Yeah.
So something that have taken me like 1 week, and I can do it in 2 days, and I can leverage the MCPs. Even I think one of the things I was working on this afternoon, I think I was using Laravel MCP, and it was really very easy for people to understand what I was doing. You know, so like I just believe it's just a tool to help us to do a lot of things. So
that's it. And before people, we have to go to imagine we have to go to documentations and go through
exactly.
Now you can easily oh my god, people are not jumping on something. Oh my
honestly,
god.
honestly, it's very in the past you look for copywriter. Not that copywriters will not get the job too, but now if I plug my skills, my marketing or copywriting skills, then it's helped me check all my content and help me write everything that will attract customers to the place. So to me, I just feel like if someone who's a copywriter can leverage that, she can come out with good content that she can even make her work faster. That means she can work for 2 or 3 companies while helping them to create more marketing content that are mind blowing. So I feel like we should try as much as possible to just learn it. So don't say it's people in the clinic. No, if someone call you and say, please, do you know how to build automation system? There's a job for you. So can you jump on the job and say, okay, I know X and Y, and say, oh, they say it's going to take job and you have not learned it. So so I think we are going to end it at this moment. I think people are not. So thank you very much for everybody that attend this webinar. I believe that we'll try our best to keep this community very functional by making sure that we are advocates of AI. It's something we have been using. It's something that Mr. Fatai has been using. A lot of people have been using it, but not using it for using sake, but using it to build intelligent system. That is one of the most important things. So applications are there out there that are not intelligent, but how can you speak to a company and say, I've used your software, I believe X and Y and Z can be done to understand. So to do a lot of, like in Lenka, for example, now I realized that we need study assistance. What did I do? For every course that you take and every lesson, you can click on the assistant and say, okay, can you explain this lesson to me? So it breaks down the lesson to you. For example, if you are given an assignment in one of your courses, you can use the study assistant to just do all those ones. So those are kind of things that does not exist before, but I don't want to be racking my head and be good, but the AI assistant already gave me the kind of things I need to do on that assignment that I can go ahead and finalize what I want to do. So those are kind of intelligent system that we can build and, and build more and more and more of it and making sure that everything actually works. So thank you very much, Mr. Fatai. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much for spending your time out of your busy schedule to create this kind of time to join our webinar. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. May God bless you, and may Allah also bless you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to pour out my mind as well. So, all right. I think thank you guys. We have to go right now and see you on the internet.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.